Hello everyone, it is I, Ravenwood, and welcome back to the RWBY crew commentary notes. And for today's episode, we'll be covering Chapter 10, featuring Connor, Dustin, Kerosene, and Carrie. Before we continue, though, I would like to apologize. Last week I was going to do this video, but I was calling from work and whatnot, and so, whoops. But this week, this video is going to be much different. Instead of pictures and whatnot and all that jazz, it's going to be a fight. Yes, we're going to fight to win this episode. We're going to, yeah. But that was a bad. Anyways, they felt that if they showed a lot in the first scene of the episode, they wouldn't have to saturate the background with the other fires and crowds, the Grim attack essentially. So the shot with Weiss's knight being summoned and overshadowing Marrow is setting up in their fight in C12. Won't cover that bullshit of a fight until later, okay? That fight was just terrible, okay? I don't care how cool it looked or whatever. When it came to the story, it was terrible. I will want to talk about that, but not now. So let's focus. When seeing the shots of the enemies infiltrating the kingdom, they didn't know if they wanted to show Neo and Cinder or Tyrion and Watts first. But they went with Neo and Cinder because it would show that they thought that their cover was blown when it would really be about the other two. Okay, well, I don't care. Maybe if I were to like, maybe when I do like a rewatch of the of Volume 7, which I will, just not now. I'll rewatch Volume 1 all the way to 8. I will do a rewatch playlist, but like, and when I do it, I'll probably have more thoughts. So I have like, I'll like have the, but with Volume 7, I'll definitely have the crude commentary notes as my notes, or at least these videos to be added with my notes, with my thoughts and whatnot. I might give, and see, that's just it. I could barely remember what happened in Volume 7 because it was just not memorable. The place Neo and Cinder are staying at is an Atlas High Life apartment. Okay, well, I wouldn't say that was an obvious thing. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but like, and I don't have a picture for the room because I'm not doing pictures for this video because because this episode's gonna be it's gonna be different. You'll see. But regardless, I don't think it was important to mention the place Neo and Cinder are staying at. They could be staying in the worst apartment. I don't care. It's not going to be like a lore breaking for me in this case. When I watch crew commentary or crew setup, whatever, I don't care about that little stuff. Okay. This little stuff. I care about like other big stuff, like, oh, Cinder cut her hair short because she believes she needs to be worthy, or something. I don't know. They always knew Elm would have a rocket launcher bazooka, but never got the time needed to show it until now. But however, that's the problem. I keep saying that through every episode of the crew commentary notes from Reddit. I didn't add that in the title; it'd be too long. With the crew commentary notes, They keep having the same problem with each episode. It, they don't have time for this, but they do have time for stupid shit. They don't have time to develop or to show what the characters are strengths and weaknesses. They don't have time to actually show us the Aesops. Yeah, sure, they'll show us a few fights and a bazooka scene, uh, like them defeating Grim and whatnot, but they don't show us about them being them, or what they are as a team. They don't. We don't want to see just them fighting Grim. We want to see them as a team. What are the Ace Ops? What do we want? We want to know about them. That's the problem with Volume 8. Going into Volume 8, the whole reveal of Harriet, like, oh, I love Clover. How did you not know that I love Clover? Obviously, I loved him. Oh, we couldn't tell. I don't think we could have tell. I don't think we could have known from Volume 7. Where was the subtle hint? Please, someone point out the subtle hints. Or maybe the one hint that probably did happen. That's probably what people are going to do. They're going to like, oh, but see this one part scene right here, this one scene, or something like that, or the way they just look at each other. No, I don't need just looks. I need texture. I need flavor, context, conversation, the way they talk to each other. I need that. I need flavor, not just, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe a wink or two, but the thing is, Clover he practically winked mostly at Crow. So I'm like, does this guy just winking at everybody? Or I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure. I like I like some of the ships and whatnot, but I'm not a shipper. So, yeah, sure. I do know what a romance arc is or whatever, and I've seen a lot of shows with that. But come on, Volume 7 did not have any chemistry with the Aesops. Wait, you want chemistry? You want to give Ren to where he's like, oh yeah, he's Milan now. He's like a soldier essentially. But you kind of dropped the ball with that. With just yeah, sure, you only had one line, but that's it. Uh, Volume 8 kind of fixed that the Ren situation. But Volume 7, all of a sudden he's fine because Ren and Nora kissed, and then oh well, now I could go on, but let's not. They had a lot of scenes that they could have done this, they could have done that, but no. They could have had a conversation at the ball at Jock Schnee's manor, like the Aesops talking to each other and drinking wine and eating food and whatnot. But no, they had to have Jean bully Wheatley. Jean and the rest of Team Juniper bullied Wheatley because Weiss is having a conversation with him. That conversation looked like it was going somewhere, but nope. Nope. Let's end the conversation so that they can develop later volume. That makes no sense. Now you're like, oh, we can't do the bazooka now because we've decided to oh, we couldn't do the bazooka thing, show the bazooka thing earlier because we decided other things were more important. You don't know how to structure a volume. You don't have to plan certain things ahead. But don't get me wrong, I do like that they show this now. It's essentially now or never, and they finally shown us the bazooka. They had to restructure Manto a bit to allow the huge elephant in the room to fit in the streets. You could have just made the elephant just break through buildings and shit. Just like raw energy of Berserker or something. Just boom boom boom, like like every time it just walks, it just breaks everything. You could have had that set up to where you're like, oh, it's breaking buildings and shit. This is a threat. No, let's just break the world, and not break the world, but like let's just make the streets a bit wider and push the buildings aside and whatnot, just so that they can fit. I'm sorry, but I don't. You 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 ruined you ruined the idea of a grim catastrophe when there's no grim catastrophe. Yeah, sure, there might be some buildings on fire, but like what's the point of it having the elephant grim if they're not going to do building damage, like huge building damage, not just one building. No, like when they walk, buildings are being fucking up. Buildings are just being destroyed as they just walk. They're just walking. Maybe they could be running and then the buildings are just being destroyed. I want destruction. I want chaos. When a grim the fact because of the fact that when you kill a grim, they turn to dust and they're practically paper thin, and trailers and whatnot. Or some of them are paper thin. But like you could have done that, but no, you decided to like, yo, let's have the least amount of damage because these are responsible ASAPs and whatnot. But like, yeah, sure, they're professional ASAPs, but like, come on, the Grim aren't professional Grim. Do you want them to just like freaking like stroll through the streets killing people? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, you're dead. Or do you want us to show us that they're actual threats, destroying buildings, knocking over cars, vehicles? I mean, there could probably excuse this and say this is some sort of highway, maybe. But like, come on. If the elephant's too big, they could have. Here's another thing. They didn't have to have a mammoth or an elephant or whatever. They could have just added more paper thin Grim, or a whole horde of paper thin Grim, or maybe the apathy. They could have had the apathy there. Like the apathy are just roaming through and like, here's how we do with crowd control, or boom, and then bazooka. Apathy, God. It doesn't have to be the actual apathy build. It could be like a group of Grim that act or practically are the apathy Grim. But anyways, continuing. The main character is working with the Aesops in this episode was to make it so things hurt so much more after the events in the following one. Or maybe you couldn't. Maybe you just didn't have to do any of that. Maybe you couldn't. It didn't have to have a two-side arc where both sides are where there's like three different factions: Yang, RWBY, and Ironwood, and all of a sudden RWBY and Yang get back together because why not? And then they all face Ironwood again. And no, you could have had this. You could have had Volume 8 feel more fluent, where like everything's like, oh yay, everything's going to plan, yay, we're defeating the Whale Grim, blah blah blah, or whatever, and then Cinder attacks, and then there's a whole lot of sadness, and then there's a whole lot of death and whatnot. That I feel like that would have been more impactful if you had like Ironwood, who's better than Lionheart, and then just he's better than Lionheart because he is trustworthy. You didn't have to have this. Oh, we don't trust Ironwood because we're stupid. But anyways, all the background characters apparently have little backstories, as they made sure they didn't appear in two places at the same time. What background characters? Are you talking about like the MILF moms? Are you talking about the citizens of Mantle? Great Cum and Drunk Man? What are you talking about? What background characters? Backstories? Why do they need backstories? Oh, well, back in my day, during the Great Coochie Wars. Anyways, I don't understand. Ironwood jumps down a ridiculous number of feet to meet Watts. They had to cheat not to make it so obvious that they say this animation logic, so the people working on the shot would stop questioning how he could possibly make it. Dumbass. If the fucking animation squad are questioning, oh, how could he possibly make it? Then that's not cheating. That's just negotiating with your animation team. Like, if your animation team is like, yo, this don't make sense, then just allow it. Not allow it, but then listen to your animation team. If your animation team are saying that this don't make sense, then listen to them. Listen to them. Don't make it to where like they had to cheat or something, or whatever. And here's another thing. I can understand like Ironwood, like jumping from a high height, because he's Ironwood, right? But like at least they're at least talking to each other, communicating. At least we now know that the animation team and the writing team are not just one mindset or one fluent, or like one's not more powerful than the other. Like, hey, we want you to write this scene. Oh wait, this don't make sense. No, just do it anyways. At least it shows that the animation team, or at least talking back to the writing team and say, hey, this don't make sense. We can't animate this. Speaking of animation, I think that the fight is actually in the next episode, but we're just gonna watch it now. Wait, hold on 1 second. No. There we go. Can this load any faster? There we go. Oh no, hold on. Blah 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 blah. No. Find the best value to 40-foot words. Hiking boots. No. We don't want $40-something hiking boots. We don't want shopping. Ah, yes. Here we go. I'm just having the fight scene here and now because why not? It probably happened in chapter 11, but still, this is what we needed now. I needed some love in my life. Now, this was a good fight. I had to say Volume 7's fight still outweighs any fight that happened in 8. Okay, this is still a good fight. This is a way better fight. Any fight that happens in Volume 8, I'm telling you now, it's not good. And this is why. Okay, everything that happens in Volume 8 is just trash compared to this fight. Okay? Because this is still banger. This is still good. Bam! Smack. Nope. And land. Daddy long legs. I know I shouldn't be talking, but like I have to say something, or otherwise this would have been copyrighted. no! Blah 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 blah. What are we gonna do? He's hopping like Mario. Oh, see, he made that jump. Whoa, where'd he go? He didn't make it. Oh, no, he did. Freeze, motherfucker. Oh, can he make it? I like this. I like this. Let's dance in mid-fight. Mid-air. I love seeing and taking advantage. Ooh, aura smacking, and then he tackles him, and then this just feels right. Monty would be proud if he was still alive. He'd be like, "Yo, this is good." I can see like Monty like clapping.
You never appreciated my genius, James. You just stood atop it and called yourself a giant.
Now the one thing I don't like is them counting bullets and whatnot. They stole that from Deadpool.
I gave you everything you could have wanted. You chose that fat imbecile over me.
Now I wonder what happens if Ironwood had picked Watts instead.
I suppose in this instance, my brains and your brawn are evenly matched. You're smart, but you're not the only one who can count.
Oh no! We forgot the count.
Oh, I know.
And I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. No, we don't want to watch no. How about we just, not? No, hold on. How about we just not? And end it here. Well, I hope you liked that presentation. And I hoped that you watch RWBY and just like that one episode altogether. I don't remember if they fought in 10 or 11, but I suspect that they fought in 11. Or maybe they fought in 10, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We watched the fight now. I'm glad I did. This was a good episode. This was a good fight. Everything that had happened needed to happen in that, and I don't think that I'll rewatch it I don't think I'm gonna rewatch it in chapter 11, the crude commentary notes for episode 11, because I don't because this is just a test, and I guess this is also a video to kind of sort of test out to see if I would get copyright striked or not, because I've been heard from Arnold and a few other guys who've been getting their video copyright strike, and so if I get a copyright strike, then you know what happened, why this video is demonetized or something like that. Or if I had to re-upload this episode, I will upload it onto YouTube, and if people watch it and all of a sudden they see that it gets taken down, then I'll just remake this episode, and then you'll get like a better crew commentary chapter 10 video. So yeah. That being said, I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a great week. I hope you had a great Easter, and I hope you have a great life. Live well and prosper, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.